in the end credits. See, I think the kid is worse because he has the what's the fucking called, the paintbrush that Mitch cut it out again. You guys, dude. Fuck you guys.
Oh man.
I wasn't
Wait,
gonna
the
laugh, and
Michi
then
didn't
Trav
help
just started
you.
making faces at me. This is Trav's thing. You're talking, you're explaining it because none of us are fucking paying attention except you because you wrote notes. So you're having a serious moment telling us what's going on, and Trav's just like,
It's true.
Why you gotta call me out like that, man?
Bro, okay, there you are. I hate that I watch your stream so much because all of my recommended Twitch like videos now are Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, get shit on.
And I hate that game so much.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good. So
Don't open any Chrome tabs.
Yeah, it's nothing but Streamlabs and Discord open right now.
Dipscord.
Discord. I had to make a new name for it.
yeah, no.
Okay. But Mitch, look at you. The new setup.
Whoa.
I just
New-
turned my desk 90
New
degrees.
meaning I flipped my desk.
Yeah, I turned my desk 90
That
degrees.
counts.
Like 90 degrees. So we have to appreciate the sacrifice Mitchie has done for us to show off his book collection and the sword.
No more Oompa Loompa.
We lose the LEDs, and he also loses the ability to watch Netflix on his bed, which is
And
the
now I
most
don't-
tragic.
Now I don't have to make my bed every Monday.
Oh, well, all right. Flip it back.
No. All right, well, we're not here to talk about that shit. We're here to talk about the last 5 episodes of Noragami. And let me just say, thank God. Like, I still have a deep like love for this anime in my heart, but I'm so fucking glad we're done with this show. Like, I got home from work this morning and I was like, God, I don't want to watch this show. I don't want to watch the show. Why are you laughing, Yusuf?
The whole time I was playing like that one hip hop song that plays in the anime is like, and then and you were like talking over it, talking about like, your day and how you didn't
Didn't pick it up.
I don't know.
It works.
Look at
No, I was just
Mitch
saying,
montage.
like, I was just dreading. I don't know why. I was just like, I don't want to watch this. I really don't want to watch this. Like, I was getting like I said, I still love Yato. I still like the show, but it's just it's not as good as I remember.
Yeah,
So,
I will say this show is definitely like there's like some parts of it that I definitely didn't like, but I definitely hated the fact that it's definitely teasing towards like a season 3. So that
Dude,
leaves like
did you
such like
watch
a what?
did you watch the post-credit scene?
No, which one? The last one?
The last episode.
No.
Dude,
Yeah, I
it
didn't.
literally sets up the plot for season 3, and then there's just no season.
Well, it's like we're
Yeah.
introduced to like a bunch of different stuff, and you know.
Well,
And-
there is more stuff for the manga. It's just they had never adapted it.
Yeah, so that definitely left the I guess a sword taste in my mouth, because now I'm just kind of, let's get this, I want to wrap it up, you know, but now I have to wait for God knows how long before we actually get a season 3.
Yeah. I don't think it's
You think
ever
they
gonna
will?
happen, but nah,
You know they have the material. Do you think they actually will?
I don't think
Anime?
so. Because I think season 2 was made in 2015. So I think if they were gonna make one, they made it.
Mm.
I don't think
They
the show.
would have. They would have already done it by now.
Yeah, I don't think the show is like popular enough to warrant a 3rd season. Even though the people that like the circle on the internet that like the show really like the show, like super passionate about it, but it's a small circle. So
Like it was 2015. You're
Mhm.
right.
So it's I think Noragami's done, and honestly, like the core of this anime isn't deep enough to warrant a long running show. I think like the characters and the plot of this show should have only been 24 episodes, but they
Yeah.
wanted to make it.
If they would have left out like the whole, God, I'm forgetting what, like the whole daddy stuff with Yato and stuff.
Mhm.
I think like the end of season 2 would have been a great like end to this show, because you know we'll
Yeah.
talk about it later, but I think
Yeah.
if we kept out a couple details, that would have been a nice little bow and to end the show off. But now we're left with more questions.
Yeah, that last scene from season 2 would be a perfect spot to end it.
Mm-hmm.
But nope. They had to give okay. But alright, so episode 21 starts pretty much with Yato. He learned that Ibisu, whatever his name is, went to the underworld. BEB went to the underworld, and Yato goes and finds the underworld. And when he's debating going inside of it, Nora's like, "Hey, be careful, because if Izunami sees you, or if she captures you, you'll never be able to leave." And I'm like, Yato's like, "Okay, whatever." I'm like, Yato, why the fuck are you going inside, dude? Like,
Cause
you know all
Daddy
these
said so.
like right now in Yato's character, I don't understand his motivations. Like, is he just scared of his father so much? Because later, like in the next episode, he gets more motivation of why he wants to save episode, not because his father told him, but because he actually wants to. But right now, Yato's motivations make no sense, because as he's walking in, he's like, "I gotta walk in to get back to Hiyori and Yuki." I'm like, "Fuck, man, just go back to Hiyori and Yuki then. What are you doing?"
No. Daddy said no. Go to the underworld and save Ego.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it made sense back when like Nora attacked him with those wolves that like he had to just kind of comply so that he wasn't killed. And then I guess the longer that went on, the more and more it was like, okay, how are they still threatening him enough to make him go out and kill people? And why can't he just like not?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, this whole Yato bad guy thing is just, it was like, ugh, it makes no sense for his
Well,
character.
I feel like they're just kind of pushing on like his insecurities because like he survived for like centuries with Nora and potentially the father or daddy, and he's only known
Papa.
what's his name, Yuki and Hiyori, like I don't know, probably a couple months at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're kind of putting all your chips on these two, What if they eventually f you over and now you just screwed over your one niche that kept you alive or existing for all this time?
But Nora and father's memories wouldn't keep them alive because they're not human. He needs human memories to keep him alive.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, apparently,
Which
like
which
the
which I have a gripe about uh in the next couple episodes. There's stuff with Hiyori that I'm like, okay, Yato shouldn't fucking exist. It's just plain and simple. He shouldn't exist, because if she forgets him in a fucking week's time,
dude,
how the
that
fuck is?
episode was just so pointless.
Yeah, I know, it was so fucking stupid, but yeah.
Uh, uh, I'm trying to remember, but
I want to go to Disney
who
World with
should I
somebody.
remember?
Who am I supposed to remember?
I wanted to see this
I want to go Disneyland.
with with who? It's right there in the back of my brain. And then the dude takes advantage of that and just starts making out with her. It's like, hey.
Hey
What
yo.
just, hey, you misread that situation, brother. Holy shit.
Read the
Yeah.
room, guy.
If a girl looks
God.
scared and confused, I know what I'll do. I'll kiss her. That'll
Dude.
bring her back to
Yeah,
reality.
she's crying and like looking so like distraught and depressed. And this guy's response is like, come here, mama.
Read the
It's like,
fucking room, my guy.
This is my chance.
we related with stuffed animals and we both were in the same picture together. This guy is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, if this fucking capybara wasn't standing between us right now.
This guy.
He's like, well, we find out like yeah. I'll say it later. It's fine.
Well, no, I'm gonna say it right now
It'll come up
because
later.
I want to say it right now because I want the intro, because like he's in the intro in like a super like intense scene when him and Hiyori cross, and it like fades to like and it freezes on them. And it's like super intense, like them crossing paths. And I was like, at first I was like, why the fuck is this guy in the intro? He's such a not unimportant character. But then we find out at the end credits of episode 25, the last scene on the entire fucking show, this guy is working for Father.
Oh.
And he's working with Nora.
Is he working for
What?
Father, or is he Father?
What?
I think he's working for Father.
I thought he is Father.
Maybe he is Father,
Bro.
but I think he's working for him.
What
I'm
a
not sure.
thing
so-
to put at a fucking end credits. What?
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about that one, Noragami. That one is stupid.
Yeah.
I almost missed that too. I'm like, as the last episode, I'm gonna fast forward to
Yeah.
the end. There might be something here.
That's what I did. I was like, is there anything at the end of this? Because I thought there was, and I was like, oh, lo and behold, a big cliffhanger for season 3.
Great. Now for like all our shows, we're gonna have to start watching the end credits, because like if Noragami can drop these bombs in the end credits, what else are we missing in shows?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so say hypothetically, he is Father, so he's Yato's dad, right? Yato's puppy.
Well, I
Is
don't even
he?
know what Father means.
Well, he kept
Forgot.
calling him. Yato kept calling him his old man,
Yeah.
and so he had like 50 names for him. I'll just say that's his dad.
Yeah. Okay.
So does that mean that he's also a god?
I would assume
Because
so.
how else would he have lasted all these centuries with Yato?
Yeah, I would
And if-
assume Yato's father's a god.
And if that's the case, how is he going to school and everyone can see him just fine?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like all
Well-
these plot holes.
Well, too, we
That's
learn.
that's in the end credits too. Like there's a scene there,
Oh,
and
and
then also at Disneyland.
in the end credits, see, I think the kid is worth because he has the what's the fucking called, the paintbrush that Mitch cut it out again. You guys, dude. Fuck you guys.
Oh, man.
I wasn't
Wait,
gonna
this
laugh, and then
actually didn't
Trav
have
just
a
started
face.
making faces at me. This is Trav's thing. You're talking, you're explaining it because none of us are fucking paying attention except you because you wrote notes. So you're having a serious moment telling us what's going on, and Trav's just like,
It's true.
Why you gotta call me out like that, man?
Okay, so this is the last thing I'll say about the end credit scene because we still have a lot of shit to talk about. But the fucking did it do it again?
No, you're good.
I don't know why you use this thing.
Yeah, Yusuf's just being Yusuf right now. You're good. Keep going.
I'm laughing at Trav because he wrote fucking like this.
I'm trying to
Got nothing
not
there.
laugh.
The paintbrush that EB2 gets from the fucking underworld. I can't do this, dude.
Yes, you can.
Dude, we're only 10 minutes into this.
It's gonna be a long night.
Do one of
Go
you
on.
motherfuckers want to play what I was talking about? Trev can't even fucking hear me right now.
I don't even know what you were trying to say.
I'm saying that the fucking paintbrush that Ibisu gets in the underworld, the kid has the end credit scene and he paints the fucking phantoms and shit.
Hey, you don't have to yell, man. We're all here as friends.
Fuck you.
Well, I don't think he had, because wasn't when Ibisu got his, wasn't there one that was already missing, like from the little case, like there was an empty spot already, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mm,
I think there were
there was
like three
there's only-
paintbrushes there.
yeah.
Just I don't know.
Well, yeah,
She had ordered enough inventory, so they were all in the box.
we'll
She was
talk.
able to sell one.
We'll fucking get there. It's a fucking shit show. Okay. So yeah. So then back to the underworld with Yato and Ibisu. They find Izunami, and what I was gonna say too, we were talking about is father actually Yato's dad? Apparently he is because apparently Izunami is like Ibisu's legitimate biological mother. Like she birthed him. I don't understand because I thought gods had to be born from the wishes of humans, but apparently other gods can birth God. I don't understand what's. So yeah.
Hmm.
Anyone?
Well, I mean, there's others like probably like heavenly lore that revolves around like a family tree. So I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
it's not too like off kiltered, I suppose. It is a little bit weird in the context of this show, though.
Yeah.
That's
And
our
maybe
assumption.
Maybe he was born human, and then he became revered as
I guess
a
that
god.
did happen to
after that
Tengen.
point.
It happened to Tengen. He was a human that became a god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like
Mhm.
that. The baddie from season 1, too, right?
Oh
he-
yeah. The guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was
well,
a human and he became a god.
so I mean, they could pretty much say whatever they want. We could just believe it because it's just gods and shit. So they could pretty much make up whatever they want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just call that just don't even call the anime Noragami. Just say gods and shit.
Yeah, you go.
I mean,
There's your dub for you.
Noragami does a pretty decent job of actually following Shinto history. Like they actually do a pretty decent job of following actual like theology with fantastical elements added to it. But so then we cut to Izanami wears the faces of whoever sees her. She wears that person's face of like the person they love the most.
And
so
of course, it's fucking
Hiyori's
Hiyori.
face. Yeah.
Mhm.
So whatever.
And it was like a restaurant lady for Ego.
Yeah, it was the waitress from Tavern for Ibisu.
Olive Garden.
Oh yeah, Olive Garden.
Yeah, Olive Garden, Disneyland, Mickey Bara.
So then we cut to Hiyori on her triple date at Capybara Land, which just was a waste of fucking time. I was like,
Okay. So I don't even know either one of her friends' names. Not that it matters. They're just there.
Mhm.
But the one that actually set up the triple date. So did her man then just swap to Hiyori?
I think she swapped to the one dude that was like fans with like the show.
Yeah, she nerded out with the one dude. They hit it off. And Hiyori and the other dude hit it. So they kind of just like switched dates.
Yeah.
So I mean,
which I mean that happened very quickly.
By default, Velma got stuck with the other dude.
Mm-hmm. So then we switch
Fred?
back to the under. What?
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 Go on.
I don't know what Trav said.
Fred?
He's saying dudes' names for some reason.
So then we switch back to the underworld, and it's Ebisu's like, haha, Yato, I tricked you. I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to give you to Izumi so I can get the paintbrush. And he's like, what the fuck, man? Why you do that? And they fight.
I'm here to save you.
Yeah. So they fight.
My daddy told me.
Ibisu calls Nora in the middle of the fight, turns her into a gun, and is like, bitch, you thought, motherfucker. I got a gun now. But it turns out, plot twist after plot twist. They tricked Izunami.
Dude,
it was all a trick
Izunami
the
is the
whole
biggest
time.
dipshit I've ever seen in a show. Like, they probably said like 6 times, they're like, all right, if you let me go, they'll stay behind. Really?
Really?
You're gonna be my friend? And then they keep running, and she's like, oh, half her face goes off. You made me mad. Our hair starts going all over the place, and then like half an episode later, like, all right, for real though, one of us will stay behind. Really? Oh my god. And they kept fucking running again. It's like this dumbass.
And I don't know if I wasn't paying attention correctly. I could have sworn before Yato went to Underworld, Nora said, you mother.
Well, it's okay because Nora said it. You might not be able to, but Nora said it. Yeah.
Nora said that if Izanami sees you, you cannot escape. So I thought that they couldn't look at her, but then apparently she can look at you. And then later it turns to if she catches you, you can't escape. But then it turned to if you eat the meal she cooks for you, you can't escape. What the fuck were her rules, man?
I mean, who really stuck around to like study that, you know? So it could be
Yato
anything.
was about to.
Yeah, I mean, he was about to find out. You know, they had a bunch of like roast fish and shit with like the little phantom centipedes on
it. Dude, Nora just knows everything. I don't know how.
Cause father.
If she's around as and Yato doesn't know this shit, I don't know how she knows everything.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe she went there with another god.
Well, I mean, maybe Daddy just filled her in on a lot of the blanks.
Yeah. So the next thing I says they trick Izanami. In parentheses, I say how ... because like how is she this fucking stupid? But
more desperate, I guess. But
and then we cut to Hiyori forgetting Yato again.
Oh,
She's
dude.
like, who am I supposed to be remembering? I know I'm remembering someone, but who is it? It's like, fuck.
It was a month at this point, right? It was
He,
like
he
close to a
he
month.
he had been gone for a month, but we find out that she had only been getting him for a week because in her diary there's still stuff about him a week ago. So it's only been a week that she's forgot him, which is what I want to like say because I remember at the end of season 1 when she got her memory wiped. I was annoyed that they didn't talk about the memory thing because Yato would have been forgotten, and you guys were like, "Oh well, he has all these people. He's done all these side jobs for him." But this proves that if Hiyori, someone who loves him, would forget about him in a week's time, someone that he just did a odd job for is going to forget him like that. So
Yeah,
Hiyori is the
like
only.
that one like kid, like that one
Yeah,
like boy. He
yeah,
forgot him pretty
exactly.
quickly.
Yeah.
Well,
He
that
has
just means he has to do more jobs, you know? Like
Hmm.
all those like
but
killing contracts that he did, you know? They'll remember him
it's
for a
not.
bit and you just got to keep rolling with the punches.
I wonder if other things that he has going for him would like offset that. Like he has a website,
I would say he has social
He has
media.
a
Yeah,
Twitter, dude.
he
yeah.
has a Twitter. He has like his place in the Far Shore, and he has a little shrine. Like I don't know if that delays it to an extent.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what the logic is.
We never get a confirmation that like being forgotten is an instantaneous. You are immediately removed and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you immediately disappear, or if it's like a steady over time
Yeah.
I
thing.
think it might be like they're forgotten. This is your last life. Unless someone now remembers you, you won't be reborn.
That could be that could be it too. Yeah, you can only get
So,
reborn if you're remembered. We have that really weird scene on the bridge where Hiyori's hearing Yuki, but she can't see him until she just can.
I know. This whole
Until
shit
she
was
just
like
can.
completely pointless, you know?
She's like, "Oh, I hear that voice. What's happening?" And then she just sees him. It's like, okay. Then seeing Yuki's like, "Oh, I forgot crap." And then she goes searching for Yato, and this part really fucking pissed me off. Like Hiyori is
What, Yusuf?
What?
What are you laughing at?
I'm not.
he's not laughing at anything. You can't even see him. How do you know he's laughing at anything?
Yeah. I don't even know why he's laughing.
fuck.
Yes, that was better. We didn't hear you that time. Just do that for the rest of the show.
I don't want to spend money on a new mic, but I fucking hate talking to you, motherfucker.
It's probably.
I hate this.
We could probably work on it. Maybe get it fixed.
The thing is, when it cuts out, it's like for 1 to 2 seconds, but there's enough context where we can tell what's happening.
Yeah.
But all it takes is just for one of us
Yeah, you
to
idiots, just
fucking
stop
react
laughing.
to that happening. And then it happens, and then the
You
rest
to
of us just
say.
lose it.
I
Trev, do I cut out during like when we play games and shit too?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's just like this. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. What I was saying before
I
you,
mean, last week my shit was cutting out too, and that was the first time that was happening. I don't know why.
what I was saying before I was interrupted by myself was this part really pissed me off. She goes looking for him. Shouldn't she just realize he's not in the near shore because she can't fucking smell him like she was able to smell him halfway across the in season 1?
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
she didn't know what she was smelling.
But this is after she remembered him.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that was after they went to the Kofkus place.
Yeah, she just fucking she's like, I gotta go find him. She's searching for him. She's like, but in season 1, she barely knew him. She's like, I remember this smell. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, Hiyori is the worst character ever, man. I hate this. I hate her.
Yeah, and then she just jumped around for a bit, and then I don't think we ever see her out of her body again after that point. She's like full blown human for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless you watch the scene after the credits, she's just strolling in her cat form.
Mm.
So then I guess the next thing is yeah, will you say something, Trev?
Well, that's when they like form like the squad or whatever. Well, is this the point where like Bishamon and all the gods of fortune get locked up, right?
Yeah, this is around that time.
Because like the heaven dudes, you know, with like their console or what was it console meeting?
Konoki.
Yeah, whatever. They like decide that okay, we found out about Ego. We searched his place. He's got all these masks all over the place. We, you know, interrogated his regalia, which turns out to be a bunch of Noras. And then they lock up all the other 5 of the gods of fortune.
6.
Just 6? Okay. So then they lock all them up just to prove their innocence by, you know, hey, chill here. We take this guy out. We're good, you know. We're not going to look into your shit at all. As long as you stay in timeout, we know you're innocent. Okay, good logic, guys. I'm glad you guys are looking after humanity.
Yeah, so then we come back to the underworld and we see the scene where they're running away from Izunami, and Nora, by herself, sacrifices 2 of Ibisu's regalias. She rips them off of him and throws them to Izunami and kills him.
Well,
And then we
deserved.
learn Ibisu's actual motives. At this point, we still think he might be able to control the phantoms. We learn that his motives are he wants to control the phantoms so that way he can stop them from causing humans harm. Like that's his whole goal. Is he wants to be able to control the phantoms that way no more humans get harmed by the far shore.
Or
Which
just
is
even lessen
yeah.
the amount of damage they do. So fire with fire is his logic.
So then we cut to 2 of the fucking most absurd scenes in this entire show. The first one was when Kofuku, Daikoku, Hiyori, and Yuki go to Tengen's shrine, and they talk to, and Kazuma's there too, and they go to Tengen's shrine, and they fucking talk to his like head regalia, and she just starts talking to trees and whispering to the trees. She's like, "Oh yes,
Is
I know."
she a regalia, or I thought she was like a shrine maiden or something, like
I don't know
something
what I don't
different.
know. I don't know what she is, but she starts talking to trees, and she's like, "Yes, I know where Yato. The trees told me he's in the underground."
Yeah,
What?
these bitches by the cave tattletailed.
What the? Just
A beech tree.
I was like, this is fucking stupid. And then the scene that Trav was talking about the gods of fortune in the jail cell, dude from Hawaii just turns into a spider. Just
Yeah,
morphs into a
I
spider.
didn't expect that.
He called himself a bear and then a spider, and then he turned into a spider.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna turn into like a giant like bear
Spider
like
bear.
beast, and then no, it's just a spider. I was like, oh, okay. And
And
like
then he,
none of
And
them
he has
like
a
face
pet
any
rabbit.
punishment, you know, from
yeah,
like all their
and then
shit.
he doesn't even attack the regalia because Kazuma comes and saves the day, and he just starts attacking one of the gods. I was like, this is fucking dumb. This is so stupid. But whatever. Yeah,
King comes in and restrains them.
yeah. So then we find out that Izunami sealed the exit. She captures Yato. Ibisu like volunteers to trade places with like I'll stay. Yato can leave. I don't care if I die
Oh,
because I
dude,
don't
it's
love
just
you.
a whole like back and forth. Like, take him, let him go. Take him, no, take me, take me, mommy, Evie Sue, or whatever the hell her name is, and
And
Jesus, man.
this is where Yato is like, no, you need to live. You need to live. Ibisu needs to live so he can do what he wants to. And this is where Yato's motivation for saving him comes into play. And Yato goes fucking full Kamina and says, "Drill your way out of this place. Drill to the heavens. Go." And then they open a gate. And,
Yeah, they open a well up, and that completely like blights both of them. But Ego was able to get out, but Yato, of course, got snagged by the hares, and
I
yeah.
think we uh might have glossed over the whole fight with Yuki versus
that
I think
happens
that's next. I
doctor
think
guy, or it's
next
actually
episode.
okay.
that's next.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
I'll
making
say
sure. I thought it was a while ago, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
episode 23, Dr. Kagaha returns.
Dude, talk about a villain that's gone from like the main
Semi-interest.
baddie to just a nobody. Like one of he's like Team Rocket now.
Yeah, a villain that was actually semi-interested to just a villain that Yuki just one shots.
I want to get revenge on Yato. You see this stump?
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna take your hand.
at first,
This girl's hand would work perfect for me. Excuse me?
And he's like,
Doc?
"Come here, Story. Let me see that hand." Dude, everyone's just fucking doing whatever with
They just
Hiyori.
yeah, this
Sucking
one
on her
Hiyori,
face,
man.
sucking on that spine, grabbing her hands. Everything, dude.
Yusuf
Nobody gives
analyzing
any
her
interest in her
tail.
tail, whereas that's
The
where it's all
fucking
at
the
right now.
tail, dude.
Yeah.
Everything. She's
So-
the fucking the water bottle just almost KOing her. Dude, saying Yato is getting thumped every time. Dude, look at Hiyori.
So at first, Yuki tries to restrain him, Kazuma, but he doesn't know his name because his name isn't Kaguha anymore.
Yeah, and
doesn't
the whole point about
matter.
restraint is that you're required to know the other regalia's name. So, because the doctor has a different name, obviously Yuki can't do shit. But that makes me wonder, can the doctor not use the restraint then? Or do you have to
Why?
be like at a certain level to use it? Like, I'm surprised he didn't try using it because he obviously knows Yuki's name, right?
I think what you said. I think Kazuma said that like it's like a hierarchy. Like if like a non-blessed vessel can't restrain a blessed vessel or an exemplar, it's like that level.
But
Yuki's
aren't
stronger
like
than him.
Nora, like the whole spiel like the doctor went on against Yuki was like, you know why they don't like Nora's is because we're like we're like an unknown like power. There's like no limit to us, so we're stronger than like blessed vessels and shit. So that wouldn't that mean they're able to use restraint too?
I think he was just talking shit. Like I think he thought he was stronger, but he really wasn't. Or he thought he was someone I think he needed to use a restraint. He's like, I'm just gonna kill this kid anyways
I
without
mean,
using
at the same
restraint.
time, he could have just been gaslighting Yuki because obviously the way the fight ends, Yuki starts to.
He starts to believe in the power of friendship.
Oh my god!
Bah!
Why did he leave me?
And just fucking one shots him.
And
And then we never see Dr. Kageha
Haori
again.
is just like, no, you can't believe that. Stop it.
This entire time,
Stop
like,
it.
where the hell was
He
she even
chose
thinking?
you.
Where the
He
hell did she
only
think she
wants
was
to be
going,
with
dude?
you.
She had a fucking sun hat, her little backpack. Dude, they're going to the underworld. What the fuck is that?
They're going to literal hell.
Yeah,
She's got a
yeah.
backpack.
It's gonna be
No,
hot out.
She just came from
Yeah.
Capybara Land, okay? She's not dressed for this occasion.
Speaking of outfits, I have a little side note saying that Yuki's fit is fucking whack, dude. His little blue romper thing is so weird looking.
Yeah, it's like a mechanic outfit.
Like, I mean, I understand why they did it because like it's supposed to be like summertime now, but his like outfit in season 1 with the hooded jacket,
The jacket,
and
yeah.
looking, and now he looks like
I thought that too. But at the same time, it's obviously summer, and I guess these characters are at the point where we can see them in more casual wear and still recognize them.
So yeah, so then it's just a bunch of we find out that Ibisu got out and that Yato is still trapped down there. And as he's like thinking about escaping, he's like back to them. And this really annoyed me that it cuts to a image of Hiyori and not an image of Yukine. And I figured Yukine should be Yato's like number one goal because of how connected they are personally. Like they share each other's pain and everything. But instead, all I can think about is Hiyori. All I can think about is a high school girl. So.
Of
Like father, like
course.
son.
She was his first, man. Come on. She made him a shrine. She was his first.
It's like if Yuki knew, Yuki would be like, why do you care about me at all? What are you doing?
I mean, I feel like Yato can do anything, and Yuki would come crawling back to Yato. Seems like that's the kind of connection they have.
Duty. So then the episode 23 ends with Bishamon going into the underworld to save Yato. Look at the character development. And then
Wow.
Bishamon
Dude,
fights.
talk about character development. You got IHOP finally getting a feature.
Oh yeah, IHOP. Dude, IHOP is her regalia form is fucking man. The suit of armor.
It's the armor. Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks pretty
I
sick.
hate Taylor.
Why doesn't Bishamon not wear the suit of armor?
I know. That's what I was saying too. She said she
You
wears
literally
candy.
ride on a fucking lion, and then you have like a suit of armor, dude. It's over.
Trav, she can't wear the suit of armor. You need to show her boobs off.
Come on, Trav. Gods
She
are
can't
always
even do
right.
that because her hair is down to her fucking kneecaps, dude.
She has to wear little tiny little shorts and little tiny little bra. So that way people will actually watch the show.
Well,
Gods are always right, and you're questioning her fashion
No.
sense right now.
No.
And so you're wrong.
No. She's right because no matter what attack hits her, it hits her in the fucking cloth somehow. It'll hit her right in the bra, and she won't take any hits. You know, God forbid they
Gods are
hit her in
never
the
wrong,
abdomen.
Gods are never wrong.
Well, apparently Ego was wrong according to the heavens.
They were
Boom.
wrong.
But are the heavens wrong though? Because they're all gods.
Dude, they're a bunch of douchebags.
I know that they
I'll
didn't
be
even
real.
let him. They didn't give him a trial or anything. But like, he's guilty.
Yeah,
Why don't you
which
talk to
we'll
the
touch
man?
on. I'll touch on a little bit more about it later, but let's talk about the whole Bish fight with Hiyori skull
Crispy.
face.
Yeah. So Bishamon just fights Izunami. I don't know what else to say.
Couple moments happen. The regalia are clutch here and there. Kazuma gets kidnapped for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
She seems like maybe she's gonna stand a chance, and then Izanami kind of just like shrugs it off and just pins Bishamon down. Like,
Yeah,
like it was
she's
never
like,
even a contest.
she's like, come here. She's like, come here, my darlings. Time for dinner.
Dude.
Like all her weird Hiyori clones start licking Bishamon and shit.
Yeah, and then like the whole time, Bishamon is just like, all right, I'm serious. I'm just taking Yato and we're just leaving. Like, you could back down right now. Hey, stop that. And then like the armor's like, something went up my skirt. Seriously, we're just here for Yato. And Yato's the whole time just going like, Bish, get out of here.
Leave, Bish.
Get out of here.
This fight made no sense. Like, she went down there, on like a rescue mission. She fought for like 2 minutes and then she just got she returned to her Pokeball. She just got
yeah, and that's like
Yato the whole time just fucking wrapped up in the hair.
Yeah, just like an incredible fucking Deus Ex Machina where they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, Bishma didn't even need to go down there. You can just like have a human say their name. Which we've had this whole time. Hiroi has been here this whole fucking time.
To be fair, it was Ego that brought up that idea, and he was passed out that entire time.
Back up?
Yeah, he was passed out the entire time.
That's why I don't understand. I don't understand how nobody else knew about it.
Because obviously Ego's the one that studied the most about the underworld for the brushes, so I'm pretty sure Bish isn't looking that up in her free time because she doesn't fuck with the underworld. She just fucks with the wells. And she doesn't want to go in them, so why would they know about this technique that really no one's ever used because it requires a human?
I still think it's dumb.
I'm sure we all, I don't know what your guys' opinions are on what Yato's real name is and how his real name was discovered, but I'm sure
I was gonna fucking say that. So first, so Hiyori calls fucking Bish out. She says her full name and Pokeball snap. Thanos snapped her out of there. And she's like, Yato, and he's not getting zapped out. And apparently ABC's like, that's not his real name. Bitch, first of all.
And then 2 seconds later, Hiyori just goes back to screaming, Yato! Yato! It's like, did you just not hear the man?
Yeah. There's 3 things that piss me off. One, if Ibisu knows that Yato is not his real name, he must know what the fuck his real name is then. Why didn't
I'm more surprised that Kazuma doesn't know it either.
Kazuma doesn't know
the fact that it wasn't working, that they kept saying that can't be it because it's not working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she said Bishamonin or whatever the fuck her real name was, and it worked right away.
Yeah.
And she kept screaming Yato and it wasn't working. They were like, okay, well that must not be his actual name.
So then my second issue with this is what Trav said. Hiyori just keeps fucking screaming Yato. And then Bishamon's like, you idiot. It's not his name. And she's like, yes, it is. It is his name. And she
You think he would lie to us?
Yeah. So then as she's screaming his name for like the 80th time, Thankfully, she has her fucking thinking sun cap on. She has a flashback. She has a flashback to the fucking shrine that says Yato on it. She's like, wait. And she says whatever his fucking actual name is.
Yabo.
Yeah,
Out of nowhere, dude.
So she somehow wrote the name she wrote Yato's actual name down on the shrine that she built. How the fuck did she know what his name was? Because she would have to.
Yeah,
It makes no
Yato,
sense.
the only two deities that know his real name are, and
Nora and Daddy, right?
Hyora's just like, Yobuku! What the fuck? Bitch, where the fuck did you get this information from? What
Dude,
the fuck?
I know. No, she just remembers the shrine that she built where she had to write the name of the god. So, like, how. Dude, what? What?
No
This is such an ass pull. Oh my god. And we're not even, like, done yet. This isn't even the biggest ass pull.
And like the while everything is going on and they're just trying to like save Yato, Yukine's in the corner like he didn't even tell me his real name.
You can't
Dude,
believe he would
Yuki-
lie
Fuck
to
up.
me.
That's not what's important right now, you ass.
Yuki pissed me off in this episode. At like
Me too.
So Yato gets fucking Thanos snapped out of there, and then we don't even like the underworld's done. We get one last scene with Izanami. She's like, I'm all alone now, and I actually kind of felt bad for her. I was like, shit, man, that sucks.
What? No.
I
Welcome.
thought that Nora was gonna be stuck down there with her.
Oh, that was the best part because
That was the fucked up part, dude.
Yato got called by Hiyori while he was like, you know, as used to put it, getting pokeballed out. He just goes like, "All right, see ya, Nora. Bye, bitch." And then you just see her just fall, or she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Did you guys at all like in that one scene where it was when Yato's like shoe got pulled off instead of him, and he was just like chilling, like, and Nora bandaged his foot. She's like, "Pain, pain, go away. Come again another day." Head ass, and like she cuddled up next to him. Did you guys like have like an inkling of a feeling like, okay, maybe she's not that bad. Like maybe she'll turn around at some point. Like I was hoping he would like convince her in some way to like abandon every other name she has just to be.
Yeah,
like,
can a
the
regalia
regalia for him.
even abandon a name though?
Their god has to release them.
Yeah, so I mean, no, I had
kinda
no hope
liked
for
her.
Nora.
I actually kind of liked her a bit there, but I didn't understand how she got thrown when Bish was pulled out and she had like 3 regalia on her. I guess like he physically let go of the sword.
Because Bish never let go of her regalia, and a lot of them are pretty much attached to him, like Kazuma, suit of armor, and the whip. I mean, probably just wrapped around her. And then Yato's just like, all right, this bitch empty. You know, down the hole.
Yeah, so then Yato comes out and they have this super emotional scene. The 3 of them are just laying together and they're like, oh, back Yato. Yato's like, back too.
Wait, this whole time they were under siege by the gods, right? By the heavens.
Oh, that's another thing that pissed me off. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then like he gets pulled up and then everyone just stops. They just stop fucking shooting whatever they were doing. They're like,
oh, no, yeah.
They summoned Phantom. Dude, it's a fucking god right there in front of you.
The entire time he always calling Yato's name is just a fucking barrage of arrows that all miss her conveniently.
From like the giant cloud that just surrounds them now with all the like Templar kind of dudes.
Fucking millions and millions of all miss her, and Yuki's like, oh, I got one, I got another one, I got another. So what the fuck?
Yeah, and then she's just whipping around, just randomly. It feels like.
And then, like Yusuf said, when Yato comes out, all the arrows just seem to stop because they're all like, "Ooh, what the fuck's that? Came out of the hole."
Oh, that's an interesting development. Let's watch the plot unfold.
And then
oh wait, you guys want to kill him still? Why the fuck did we stop? Anyways,
wait, why were we here to begin with? Oh yeah, Ego, fuck him up, guys. Get him, boys.
So then we don't know what god it is. Well, I think we do. I fucking forgot his name.
The other characters didn't seem to care either. Like they didn't even try to use that thing.
the fucking coolest regalia ever. The fucking Thunder Dragon.
Yeah.
Just fucking wild.
And
dude.
then
Badass.
you know who defeats the Thunder
King
Dragon?
Cosmo.
The king with a fucking whip. That's
I
not
would
even
say
him.
Kazuma is fucking overpowered because
Let's go.
he is good enough to have Bishamon hit lightning out of the sky. That's how good he can aim.
All he did was reach his arm out a little bit further. That's all he had to do because he's the king. The special.
So then, while Kazuma is literally beating lightning,
yeah, and he's an earring.
Yuki and the rest of the gang is walking through the forest, and this is the part that Yuki pissed me off.
Why would you it battered me?
Yeah, Yato can barely stand. They're getting attacked by like an army of powerful fucking gods. That
Ego's
are
on like
down
death's
lightning on
door.
them. Ego can't walk. Like, and then Yuki's like, Yato, stop! Why did you tell me your name? Why did you abandon me? And I was like, not the fucking time, Yuki.
He's also like super fucking blighted, and now like I know I guess that they had some talk earlier about how like not every time Yukine is upset that Yato gets stung, but like he's already super fucking blighted, and now he's just like acting up some more just to fucking like rub salt in the wounds. Like, shut the fuck up.
I was like, Yuki, not the fucking time, not the fucking place. Read the goddamn room, kid. Like, fuck, let's escape. And then
that probably should have been the title of the stream. Read the room.
Yeah.
So many times people just fucking shit the bed.
Yeah.
Well, we still have to upload this, so there we go.
And then the Council of the Gods are like, arrows didn't work. A Thunder Dragon didn't work.
So no. Hold up.
Okay.
So their whole bullshit with Ego was like, well, because he's responsible for connecting with the phantoms, it's actually having an effect on the human world. So what's their solution? Let's send a fucking nuke and blow up half a forest. Hello? Is this thing on?
Dude,
what the fuck?
Ridiculous.
Idiots.
Absurdity. Well, it's just like they go from a barrage of arrows to a fucking Thunder Dragon to opening up the heavens and summoning like calamity onto the human plane. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like Kofuku was like, this is an ancient technique that hasn't been used a millennia.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But don't worry. Thankfully, they have.
It's like if you get a little like fucking stain on your shirt, and you try to throw in the washer and it doesn't work right away, you just throw it in the fire next. Like, that'll take care of it.
And I agreed with all the characters too, because every character in that moment were like, holy shit, yeah, this is going a little far. Just for me, dude? Really? All I just wanted was the brush. No one even asked, okay?
Why I wanted it, yeah.
And then even like probably all of us in the audience are just like, all right, come on, man. Are you shitting me? Give us a break.
But thankfully, they had the double Seki was there to stop the calamity from happening.
Do a bunch of air slashes that we haven't seen before.
Yeah. Yato literally rends the death of heaven from the sky, cuts it in half,
and that
but then they just fucking send another one.
No, it didn't. Is
that what happened? I was so confused.
No. What happened was like
the shit.
Yeah, what happened was the entire like nuke like weapon got blown up and like a giant explosion happened. Everyone gets pushed away and stuff, and we're like, all right, cool, everything's good. And here's the other ass polar part. They had another weapon just underneath Ego, and they just blew him up from underneath.
Him up from the bottom.
Yeah, like instead of sending it from the sky down, they just decide to start it on the ground.
Oh, so while everyone's getting blown away by the fucking nuke that blew up in the air, they had time to set like a mine underneath Ego without anybody noticing. Oh, now we have to get this establishing shot with him looking at Yato. Dead. All this for nothing.
Dead.
I am confused though, because when they were summoning the giant nuke, they chanted something saying like, okay, if you have a pure soul, a pure heart, they're talking to Ego, then you'll be spared. But if there's any ounce of like bad intentions in what you did, then that's it, you're gone. But if we find out that what he did was actually like for a good reason, why the hell did he even die? And then we also found out that he was framed by Papa. So, like, if it wasn't even him in the first place, and even if it was him, he did it for a good reason. What the fuck, dude? Hacks. Like,
It
I guess
makes no
that could have
sense.
just been bullshit, and they just were saying that to make themselves feel good or whatever. But like
just
in
like
reality,
Yato doesn't have to
not.
say for blemishing the land of the rising sun. Here's the
Yeah.
snowflake to
Dude, it
fucking
Basically,
change the
yeah.
pun.
I cannot
Yeah.
believe this show made me feel bad for a character and then 2 seconds later make me laugh my ass off. Because we have in the next, like, what was this? The next or like the final episode or something
Yeah, final episode.
where Ego bites the dust finally, where, you know, after the explosion's over with, he's just covered in more blood and he falls down. Yato catches him and, you know, an embrace. He's just like, I was truly blessed to meet you in my life. And they're playing like the sad, like, you know, Noragami music. And I'm like, oh, damn, this sucks. He's going to fucking die, man.
Surprised they weren't
And
playing that
then,
fucking hip hop song.
yeah. So then, and then even in his last moments too, he was just like, I don't want to die. And it's like, oh, dude, this sucks. And he fucking explodes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
just, and no,
No-
it's just like a,
no
it's not
pause.
like, it's not
No
like,
pause.
it's not like a, he goes,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
they fucking kill him. And then
It's
I
fucking
just started
instantaneous
dying.
too. There's no pause. It's just I don't want to die. Pop.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Bye.
Oh.
There goes that emotional moment. That bitch just blew up like a packet of ketchup. So,
Yes.
I can't believe that
Sucks.
happened.
That was fucking crazy.
And then literally like 2 seconds later, we see Yato in a business suit with a young kid, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm
was
surprised I could
cosplaying
sit up
as,
straight right now because I
okay.
feel like I have some major whiplash from this last episode, bro.
Well, so okay, so we kind of got out of order. So episode 24 ends with Ibisu and a flash, and then it cuts. So did he die? We don't know. Episode 25 opens with Yato and Kid Ibisu. So we're like, okay, he died. The kid, he got reincarnated as a kid. Yada yada yada. So then they go to the
Olive Garden.
They go to Olive.
I don't have my soundboard on, but
Bro, my brain was like, nope, you're not speaking those words.
Just Olive Garden, man.
Yeah, just call
Like,
Olive Garden.
Go to the tavern, and then when we cut, and then
Stop laughing.
Still laughing.
and then we cut to fucking Yuki and Hiyori sitting on the bench talking about like, oh, I guess Yato's back. Yep. I guess Ibisu died. Yep. And then we just fucking see Yato with the kid under his arm sneaking away. He fucking kidnapped the kid and robbed Kazuma. Kidnapped the little kid and stole all of Kazuma's money.
Well, the king has enough to, you know, offer to the unfortunate.
But then we cut to Ibisu's really, really tragic and really heart-wrenching death.
And hilarious.
So then
there you go.
The rest of the episode is just Kid Ibisu like looking at the fucking ocean, his shrine maidens telling him, "Hey, don't be afraid to die, kid. Like, kid, go die. Like, literally, it doesn't matter if you die or not. You're gonna be okay if you die."
But then we find out like memories from previous incarnations of gods don't pass over. It's pretty much a clean slate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Yato's all like depressed that he's like, just let me apologize. Like, it's Yato's character. It's whatever. It's what it is. Then we find out that it was, well, Yato's like, I got lost in this because like Trav said, it was just such a fun.
It keeps jumping between like the tavern, and it keeps jumping to the whole Ego death and, you know, the aftermath from all that, because none of the other gods of fortune got punished for, you know, rebelling against the heavens and stuff. No one got any backlash for any of this shit. Only Ego just died and got reincarnated. So it's like,
yeah.
Okay.
And then and then they had this really like out of nowhere try to be funny comedy moment when the little kid to two of the gods of fortune and Tengen, and he calls Bishamon like crazy lady, and she's like, "Oh, that," and the kid's like, "That's
Yeah.
what Yato told me you're real." So
Did he
unnecessary,
now?
so unnecessary.
Whatever. It was just kind of a throwaway scene, which I was fine with.
I will say I enjoy this episode purely because of the fact that Kid Ibisu was so fucking cute when he was petting the lion and shit.
My favorite part is when we find out that Nora made it out of the well, out of the
Somehow,
underworld. I don't know how. No, I don't think
but yeah.
anyone. Well,
So what I was gonna say is Yato's like, Yuki, I need to walk with you.
Walk with me, talk with me.
So and then he's
yeah,
like,
let's go for a
Yuki,
walk. Look at the flowers.
he's like, Yuki, I
What?
don't want to kill anymore. That's the one thing I'm good at is killing. I need you to guide me. I need you to lead me down the path of righteousness and whatever. And Yuki's like, bro, just don't kill anybody. What do you mean?
Just
It's not hard.
don't kill. Don't be bad. And then Nora shows up, was like, don't listen to that little bitch. And then Yato's like, little bitch, I'll show you a bitch. Give me back that name.
Yeah.
And,
then
you
he
very
releases her.
satisfying moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, finally, it's like after this entire show, like teasing us, finally he revokes the name from Nora. And
But
then
we also in that scene we also get the bombshell drop. I guess it's a bombshell. I mean, it's more foreshadowing for season 3 that we still, but Nora reveals that Father was the one that went to the Council of the Gods and told them that ABC was going to get the brush, and he's the one that like led the trail of breadcrumbs for Ibisu to find the brush and stuff.
So dad's like covering up his tracks because he's doing some sus shit, and he figured the heavens were gonna get wind of it. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna throw the law onto Ego, and I'm gonna get a clean slate because of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just all for dad's benefit, which we would find out later, but we don't have that right now.
Yeah. So then,
and then we get Yusuf's favorite scene, the ending. I want you to fight and stop calamity to happen before it happens, okay? This is the land of the rising sun.
Yeah, we get
I, the Yato god, will smite thee. Hear me.
We get one last scene because they had to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the end. The credits play, and then we get that really weird fucking credit scene that sets up season 3's plot, and we got in season 3.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for like the whole father stuff and how dipshit like the heaven like Templar guys were, I felt like this would have been a fine enough end to the show.
Well,
you know?
Yeah. Like I said, I think that last scene where we got that one more, it's a meme, but we got the final like land of the rising sun.
This is the land of the rising sun. The Yato god.
Like,
hear me.
Yato has his clear new rules where he's the slayer of destruction or like devastation. Like he's gonna kill all devastation. Like that's his new. He's gonna help do it. That would be a good end for Yato's character. Like now they can just go off and do that shit. We didn't see any of that, but they had to do all this father stuff and the Council of the Gods stuff and this kid stuff and all this other crap that doesn't make any fucking sense stuff.
Yeah, and certainly.
And then he already made a wish with giving Yato 5 yen, so that wish doesn't even fucking count.
We're still waiting on
it. Yato still hasn't even like Hiyori's wish from episode 1, not even talked about anymore.
I mean, Hiyori doesn't even want that wish to come true either. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Granted, so, yeah. I mean, like to be fair, the wish did come true because she did forget Yato, meaning like she wasn't going to come out of her body again. So technically, it came true.
Good point.
But speaking of good, I thought Noragami all around pretty good show. I had there's a lot of good moments, but there's definitely some low points. It's definitely a roller coaster of a show, you know, highs and lows. But I think ultimately it ended solid. It wasn't crazy, but I mean, if there's a season 3, then I'm down. I'm sure more shit can go down with Daddy and probably the Heaven Templar guys or whatever. But it's just is what it is right now. So, I mean, I'd probably give it like a solid like. Mm, yeah, I was thinking 6 too. I'm
6
thinking
or
like
7.
I was thinking
You give it a 7, you said?
I'd probably say that's probably the most I'd give it, 7. So
I'm
I'm thinking about like where it could go too. I think it has potential to keep going.
I
But
want to go last for this because this was my pick, and I've seen you for anime. You too.
I'd say it's a solid 6. Yeah, that's where I'm rolling.
I think that Mitch, you having watched it for the second time, it's like part of probably why we want to rank it higher is because it's our first time and we're like, this was exciting stuff to see. But you watching again is it's like I already knew the twists and turns that were coming, so it just was not all that exciting to me, having already known what the fuck was gonna go down.
Mhm.
yeah, it bumped it up for me in like the last 2 episodes because I liked how Yato Yato's character was changing a bit. Like he started to adopt the role of a god a lot more than before. Like he identified as the Yato god, like he wanted to be remembered, but I think his demeanor now and just the way he viewed like his role in the world changed in like a really nice way, in my opinion. Like I would like to see him doing more stuff with that attitude because then
Mhm.
I think he'd become a lot more popular. A lot more people would respect and know him and remember him, and maybe he'd build a shrine out of all that glory. And I don't know. I think there's a lot more room for the show to go too. And that might be factoring into my rating. But I don't know. I would hate to just base it off of what we saw, but and not that we have much of a choice anyways, because I don't think like what you said, Mitch, with all that time that's passed with uh this coming out and like the manga has like kept going. Like I don't know if they're gonna reveal any more or make any more
Yeah.
of this anime.
So
Oh,
me, I was nervous going into this of how fondly I this show and how fondly I remembered Yato. And I think rewatching this, I realized why I liked the show so much the first time I watched it. Because before this, the only 3 anime I had watched were Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, and Naruto. Where
Oh, yeah,
they're all
3 popular
pretty
ones.
3 popular ones, 3 pretty serious protagonists, 3 pretty like there's no not a lot of, I mean Naruto is serious. There's some comedy in Naruto, but you know what I mean. That's why I was so drawn to Yato originally because he was the first protagonist I saw that was this funny and that actually made me like laugh out loud funny. This time around, I still adore Yato. Is he my favorite anime character anymore? No, not even close. I don't even think he's in my top 5 anymore after this
Oof.
Damn.
rewatch. I love him still. He's probably still top 10, but I don't know. There's just a lot of the Hiyori stuff with him. I really disliked. Forgot a lot about a lot of that. Some of the arcs that I thought were really good weren't as good as I thought they were, and some of the arcs I thought were bad, like the opening arc of season 2, I thought it was really bad. That was probably my favorite arc of the show, like Yato versus Bishamon.
Yeah.
That was the best arc of the show. So my first watch through, I was like this, like for a long time, and I gave it like a 9 out of 10. Now I'd probably give it a solid 5 out of 10. It's a fun watch. It's good. There are some good plot points, but some of the shit that happens in the show pisses me off so much after having read good fiction finally and like watched good anime and watched good shows and understanding now what a good story looks like and good character development looks like. This show is not it, not at all. So it's a solid 5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. I mean, I would look at this as like if you compare this to like generic anime, which I would usually put at like a 5 or lower if it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's definitely slightly above average because there's some characters I like and there's legitimate parts of the show that I think are good, but then they get hampered by the low points.
Yeah. So I think this is the perfect turn your brain off and have fun enjoying a show.
Mhm.
Josh, what did you say your rating was?
I'd say somewhere between. I initially somewhere between 6 and 7, and now I'd say I would be okay with going as low as 5. Somewhere between 5 and 7. Not the best, not horrible. I didn't hate watching it or whatever. And even though we all have a lot of criticism or whatever, that's just because, there's always room for improvement. So
I might
somewhere
be a
between
little.
5 and 7, up slightly above average. And that is all I'll say.
Yeah, I guess I
be
would
a
give it
little
like a 5.5.
Yeah, I might be too generous with mine because there were like some plot holes I wasn't happy with, so I probably would drop mine a bit. But yeah.
Definitely, like I said, definitely disappointed me on my rewatch. Not as good as I thought it was, or I thought as I remembered it being.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
It can be a
And
very finicky thing.
it fucking sucks too because when Yusuf wasn't gonna do it, but we wanted to wait for the show, and I was gonna pick either Ranking of Kings or this one, and I was like, I'm nervous to pick this one because I don't want to rewatch it because I know I'm not gonna like it as much, and I'm scared because I have such fond memories of Yato. I'm scared I'm not gonna like him. Lo and behold, that happened.
Yeah.
Like I still love Yato. He's by far the only character in the show that I actually enjoyed. Yuki's okay. Kazuma's okay, and that's about it.
The king.
But
I can't remember. Did you say I've asked you like a bunch of times already? Was this one your favorite for a while, or
yeah,
was it like your top
so
3 or something?
Yato has been my favorite anime character since I watched back in 2015, and this show for the longest time was my. But then it slowly kept coming down and down. Like I think recently it was like 6 or 7 of my top 10. Now the show wouldn't even make my top 50 favorite shows.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a consequence of it being a show that you've watched yourself without it being like recommended to you or anything like that. And
Yeah.
you went out of your way to watch it. Because I feel like I would have similar feelings to like Future Diary or something like that. Because that's a show I found pretty much.
Well,
on my own.
and I think the biggest reason why I thought it was so good was because it was only the anime I'd ever watched. When now I've watched stuff like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Code Geass, Hunter x Hunter, like Demon Slayer, all this other crap that's so much better than the show. And it's just like,
That means now we got to watch Psycho Pass since that was one of my favorites, probably my favorite. And I watched that I don't know how many years ago.
I feel like Psycho Pass would hold up though in your brain.
Yeah, I don't remember any really low points in that show. So
maybe I can still switch it. Sneak peek. 2 weeks from now, what potential show we're gonna be talking about.
2 weeks from now or next week?
I don't know. Well, I guess we will decide that after this podcast. But I think that's all we got to say about Noragami. All around, pretty positive. Feelings about
Noragami.
it.
I'm burying you. I'm never gonna watch you again. I don't want to hate you.
Bye, Haori.
Yeah,
you will not be missed.
If next like our year anniversary, if I make like Mitch's top 25 of the least favorite anime characters, that bitch is making the list, dude. I hate this woman. She's awful, dude. I hate her so much.
Don't let me catch that tail anytime soon.
Yeah.
That was the only redeeming factor, was the tail.
The bit.
Yep.
But with all bits, they must come to an end. Like we are going to be ending our time with Noragami. So with that, we're going to be ending the podcast for today. So whoever hung out, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. And we will catch you in the next show. So goodbye.
On the next episode of this episode, Trav, Josh, Mitch, and Yusuf step into the ring to talk about episodes 1 through 6 of Megalobox. Please be sure to jab that subscribe button, hook a like, and ring that bell to help us out with this fight. Keep cheering for us by checking out our Spotify and watching us in the spotlight while the podcast is live on twitch.tv/DutchReef this Monday night. Thanks for watching. Now it's time to gear up.